Ciso. Oh, it's fabulous! A strike to get you up off your seats.
Hello and welcome to Seagulls Social, Season 4, Episode 49. No Ryan. It's life after Ryan. Jesus has passed. So what is it in the Bible? BC? No, AC. Is it AC? After Christ. It's after Ryan. This is Seagulls Social AR. Strange, but we'll roll through. Like we said in the last episode, Ryan will join us, I'm sure, some point in the season. But we are moving on, as Brighton have done as well. It's a new era for Brighton Hove Albion. It's a new era for Seagulls Social. And just to quickly, let's sort everything out. So we're hoping, we've spoken to two incredible players in this Brighton Hove Albion space. We've spoken to Adam McDonald of Seagulls Central, works for TalkSport as well, knows his stuff. We've seen him on the channel many times. He's brilliant. You guys love him every time he's on. You give great positive comments about him. So that's a really nice one we've got. And Jack Albion will be featuring more. I sent him a link for a proper podcast mic and he said he's willing to spend the £30. So if that's not loyalty and if that's not, instead of his weird Sony Ericsson mics, the headphones that you probably had in year 9, he's going to... The commitment of getting a proper podcast mic is phenomenal from Jack. So that's the housekeeping done. Maz, how are you going?
I'm good, thanks, mate. No. So I'm buzzing that we've got the boys on board. So I'm really looking forward to having them coming on when they can and making it a trio again. But for now, it's just me and you. We're going to have a great time. Life is good, man. Life is good. It's looking good. Since we last spoke, Ben, we got a bit of stick, didn't we? We got a bit of stick for being negative in the comments, but
just a little bit.
I feel like since we've had our pretty much pre-season done, obviously we've got Villarreal on Saturday. We're looking good. I feel like we're making progress. Looking like the players are looking good. The system looks good with Ursula, and there's a lot of reasons to be excited, especially with a few signings, which I'm sure we're going to go through as well. So man, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Like you said, there's a lot to go through. It's a good job there's only 2 of us and Jack's not here, because otherwise we'll probably be here for 4 hours. But hopefully, I think there must be about 25 bullet points here. But hopefully we can keep them short and sweet. But it just shows how active Brighton are in the transfer market. We're progressing a lot. And just in general life, life's been great. Just came back from my cousin's wedding, which was really fantastic. Harry. And very happy. Big up Harry Miller, City fan. To be fair, you probably shouldn't say too much, because some of his students listen to this and I've been told off by Miller sometimes for posting him on my story too much. So So shout out to you if you know Harry Miller as a teacher. If he's a horrible teacher, I'm sorry, but he shouldn't be, because he's one of my favourite people in the whole wide world. So yes. Speaking of new things, Maz, new kit. What are your thoughts on the home and away now? I don't know if we ever spoke about the home kit.
No, I like them. I think they're going to grow on me as the season goes on. I feel like they're growers, not showers, Ben. That's what I feel like at the moment. But when I first got no, did he? But I was I like them. Not overly like in love. When I first saw them, like, oh my god, amazing. But all right, 6.5 out of 10.
Oof, that's low. We're meant to be positive, Maz. We can't be negative like the last episode.
That's not negative. It's just the kit. The players are fine. It's just the kit. It's all right. It's all right.
Well, that's true.
7.
They are pretty standard Nike template kits, aren't they? Like if you're creating a football club on FIFA, or if you're creating your pro clubs team, those templates are probably on EAFC already. So,
exactly.
But no, I quite like them. I like the yellow. It's nice. It is nice. And the home kit, keeping it simple. Can't really go wrong. Well, you actually can go wrong, because last year's one wasn't unbelievable. But anyway, at least we've got some nice kits and hopefully some new players to come in there.
I feel like Nike though. Nike is getting a bit of a rep now. It's like just sort of copy and pasting a lot. They're not really being creative or intuitive or switching up. Basically, I just feel like it's always just copy and paste. Like every year, it's like okay, whatever. But there you go.
I'm really
some
hoping
kits are really nice.
Soon, man. It's because they don't really care about Brighton. They have their main big clubs that they care about on their work. I think I heard it from someone not at the club or just in the industry. Like they have their big clubs that they concentrate on the whole year. They have a certain team that works on a certain club, and they'll be like designing throughout the whole season, and they'll be looking at seasons ahead and ahead. And then they'll just go, all right, we've got 1 week until we need to, and that was Brighton's one. What should we go for? Let's click the randomised button. Spin the wheel in the office, lads. Where's it landing? Oh, blue and white stripes again, is it? Nice. No, but the first bit was,
Yeah. No.
The first bit was not the spinning wheel.
I can imagine. No, but do you know what? I actually probably agree with you. I think that is probably how they think about the big clubs. Obviously, let's be real, they probably give them more money as well. Like the money involved is probably way bigger than the smaller clubs. So yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they did care less about us, to be honest. But there you
go. That's true. So going to quickly move on to the next point, because just before we started, I saw it and I just remembered it. So obviously Nick Stanley, set piece coach, unfortunately left the club. Served us well. Thank you for everything, Nick. And then, off. I think was it our first goal in the Japan tour set piece? Was it? I think we scored 2 goals in that game from set pieces, which is quite funny. I remember you could see like the Inside Albion YouTube channel where you see the set piece coach like going like proper cheering on the bench, which was nice to see. So it's obviously paying off already. But yeah, Norwich. Obviously, Nick Stanley went to Norwich, and when that was announced, all the Brighton fans on Twitter were like rinsing Norwich in the comments, being like condolences and stuff like that. And then when all the Norwich fans, because they thought they got a real good like signing there, and then all the Norwich fans saw our comments, they were going, "Oh shit!" And funnily enough, their next friendly, they played against St. Pauli actually, Fabian Herzler's old club at Carrow Road, and the first goal they conceded was from a set piece.
It's unreal. That is actually great football writing from the script writers there.
Yeah, that's good script writers. Yeah, they actually do care about the little clubs like us. It's nice to see that they spend time on some scripts for us. But Maz, going back to Brighton's tour, what did you make of the Japan tour? Who are your players you were most excited about now going to the new season?
Yeah, definitely a few stood out for me, and I thought the way we played in general was pretty solid. The ones I really liked was Minte. I think he looks really exciting. Like he looks like a young Sadio Mane. I don't know if that's a good comparison or not, but he excites me. The way he's very direct. He runs at teams. He's great finishing as well. Like he's very clinical in front of goal, which is I was really pleasantly surprised at. But yeah, he's very progressive. I really like the way he attacks players. He really impressed me, so I was really impressed with him. Also Ayari as well. Like he surprised me. He actually looked really good. Yasin Ayari. He came in and looked different option, especially in centre midfield, which we lack.
It's interesting,
especially with Gilmore.
It's whether Herzler thinks that maybe. I think maybe Herzler's thinking I prefer Ayari in my system to Gilmore potentially. That could be it. Unless we don't really know.
I'd say they're
obviously we're linked with some other midfielders now.
I'd say they're different players. I don't know if they're like for like as such, but with regards to just like you said, system for sure. I think Ayari could definitely fit in. And yeah, he really impressed me. I thought he looked good. And we three even in that one half I saw him play, he looked like he was up for it. He looked like he was quite strong in the tackle. He kept like going in with his shoulder a lot. I noticed that. He looks like he's quite a physical player.
He does seem very strong, which is good.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's sort of what we're missing. We're missing that sort of athlete, that strong sort of presence in midfield. Because we could look quite light there. I'll be honest. Like I know Herzler will talk about Belaber playing left back, which I found a bit strange. But I feel like we're missing that Caicedo replacement or a Basuma, like that sort of physical powerhouse in that midfield. Belaber could be that. I think he just maybe needs another year, maybe just bulk out a bit and get a bit more physical. But no, yeah, look, all the signs were great. I thought in Japan we had some really good standouts. Only one I was a bit like, I'm not sure about is obviously Jason Still, but we know when Verbruggen's back, he'll be number one. And Rushworth, I was actually upset I didn't see Rushworth. I know he was injured, so it was a shame we couldn't see him play. But yeah, all look really good. Some really exciting players, especially in the forward roles. Even Sarmiento looked good. Really impressed with a lot of players. What about you? Who stood out for you?
Yeah, I think the one I wrote down, Minter for sure. Like, you can tell him pressing from the front was incredible. I think it even paid off against QPR. I think he won the ball really hard at the pitch, and then we won the penalty from it. So there's more. If there's more of that to come, then it'll be class. And we just look so direct. I know we have been under De Zerbi and Potter towards the end of his time, but yeah, I just really enjoyed that style of play. It's like all guns blazing. At one point, I'm pretty sure I had there was a screenshot of us in possession. We think we had like 2 players in defence and had like 9 people, people up front or something like that.
I think it was 2-2.
That's correct.
Yeah, 2-2. What's that?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, it was a 2-2.
And then 6. Yeah, 2-2-6. No. Yeah, 2-2-6.
Yeah, my maths ain't mathing.
Yeah, it's 2-2-6.
Yeah,
and then
it was mad. Also, what was it? What was it? Cozier Dubry? I don't know how much he's going to feature this season, but I thought he looked really, really good. And I know we're like just comparing him to other players, but I think was it Owen who we work with was saying he's basically like a baby Saka, and you can kind of see it. He's got that really good left foot, cuts in quite well, and yeah, he looked pretty exciting as well. It's like it's going to be a massive headache for Herzler figuring out how he's going to fit all these players in, because I mean, yes, Facundo's linked away, Osman's potentially linked away as well. Sarmiento said he wants to stay. Naylor said, and yeah, we've got Minter. So where these players are going to fit in is quite a headache. But yeah, what did you make of Cozy Dubry? Because for a free signing, he's been class.
I was literally about to say that. For a free transfer, I don't think you can really go wrong. Do you know what I mean? We've shown it in the past with Lamptey when he first came. Do you remember? He came on a free from Chelsea. Not free, sorry. It was relatively cheap anyway. Might as well have been a free. And he impressed us straight away in that season. I remember that first season he had with us. He was so good. Obviously, injuries since have diminished him. But could he be similar? Could that Cozy Dubry be similar? Get him on a low risk signing. Like I said, nothing. His wages are probably fuck all as well. Apologies. I don't know why I swore then. It was so unnecessary to swear then.
It's right. We're 11 minutes in, mate. Don't worry. It's only 30 seconds in when we have to worry about it.
But no, like he'll be no money at all. I'm assuming, like salary wise. So yeah, it just feels like a low risk. And like you said, he's got something about him. I think he scored a brace, didn't he, in one of the Japan pre-season tour games. And yeah, he looks like the first one. Naughty little player. So yeah, I'm excited. Like you said, it's a big headache for Herzler. I think we got Adingra, Matoma, Osman on the left, like as options, or Cozy Dubry, and then you've got on the right. I can't even think. March.
Well, March when he comes back.
Yeah, March when he comes back. Minter, and then I suppose you've got a few other options that could play on the right. And then, yeah, in that attacking position anyway, you've got João Pedro that hasn't played yet in any pre-season. You've got Enciso, who's obviously been at the Olympics. Like, we've got so many attacking options. Even up front, even with Undav gone, we've got Ferguson, Welbeck, and I'm assuming... Well, João Pedro
if he stays.
And Osman, yeah, and João Pedro can obviously play there as well.
Yeah, João Pedro's a 9.
So yeah, it's quite scary how good our attacking options is, which is great. We've got great depth there. I just think we need that midfield, that midfield slot, and I know O'Reilly we're going to talk about, and then obviously right back for me is so key. Or that right wing, however Herzler wants to play, I think that's really key because Lamptey and Veltman does not fill me with confidence going into next season.
Yeah, although obviously, yeah, I like both those players a lot. I think Veltman, for some reason, recently has got so much tick online. So a lot of people like just saying that they want to get rid of him, but cannot understand that from life. He's served us so well. Yeah,
that's a really strange notion. Yeah. I've actually not seen that, but for people that do think he should go, he's a brilliant squad player. He can play across pretty much the whole back line. So if you get an injury anywhere, he can slot in and set it back. If you need him a right wing back, he can play right wing back. If you want to play right back, he can play there. He can even play probably left back. Like, he's so versatile that I think it would be stupid to let him go. And he was brilliant for us last season, even the season before that. I think he's been a great servant. So yeah, don't get that at all. Very weird.
No, exactly. And yeah, hopefully we get this Ferdy guy, but we'll come on to him. So yeah, we were talking about the attacking options. Ferdy, what hero. Where's this boohoo deal gone, mate? What hero? Right, Facundo Buonanotte, mate. Who saw this coming? I mean, maybe a loan, but I saw the final deal was like a loan to buy. Apparently, it was like 20 million. Which I don't know. Would you have been happy if they did? If let's say we fast forward to the season and they got him for 20 mil. It's pretty mad though, considering the potential we think that he has.
100%. I think that would have been madness. Thankfully, it didn't go through. Obviously, the final deal did fall through, which was going to be the one that you mentioned about the weird. But I believe now from this loan, whether he goes out on loan, whether it be Celtic, wherever he goes out on loan, I believe there won't be a clause to sell him. I believe so. That'll be interesting to see.
That'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be good because like you said, 20 million in the grand scheme of things is peanuts. If he does become the player we all believe he will, which I think he's got all. Like even last season, I know he played out wide, which is not his natural position. I think he's still putting a good account of himself, considering he's 19. Might be 20 now. He's just still young. He's still raw. He's still got a lot of development to play. But yeah, I think his ceiling's really high, and I think it would have been a massive shame to see him go out permanently. So hopefully now it's going to be a make weight or whatever you want to call it, a wait for the Celtic O'Reilly deal. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, if we can sweeten that O'Reilly deal with sending Facundo the other way, that'd be unbelievable. But I remember. I'm pretty sure I saw Adam. He was saying about how he wouldn't have been too upset if Facundo left because he doesn't think that he's got the physicality for the Premier League. I don't know. Like I can kind of see where he's coming, but I guess
definitely.
he is he's still quite young and maybe hasn't been built into that mould yet. Which, I mean, you could have said the same for Enciso, and then eventually he became that physical. He's got that physicality now, hasn't he, to beat players. So hopefully Facundo can finally do that. If he goes to the Scottish League, like I feel like that would be a really, really good loan for him, because that is quite physical
100%.
and it's probably a good level for him to shine.
Well, the old firm, they play about 20 times a season, so he'll definitely get a few kick-ins in the old firm for sure. That'll definitely toughen him up. But no, look, you've seen it loads in the past though, like with players come in, let's say during the season they look a bit weak physically, they don't look up to it, and then they go away for summer and they just smash gym, smash their program, smash that pre-season, and they come back physically fitter. We've seen it with loads of players happen before. So hopefully,
smash steroids, Bayern Munich.
Yeah, exactly. Do a what's his name in the middle?
Leon Goretzka.
Goretzka, that's it. Yeah, do one of his, whatever he's taking, take that. But yeah,
mate, it's fucked, man. Like you see the comparison photos though. Like he's
when he's lost all the
jacked
weight
a few years ago. Man. Now he's just losing all his hair. Like his hair's all thin. You can tell he's been on something. Like a lot of them Bayern players must have been on something.
They're all on peds, 100%. Although
100%.
Yeah. The lawyers say allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly. And Liverpool are allegedly all on inhalers. Allegedly.
yeah. Nothing to do with Klopp whatsoever. But he's gone now, so all good. But yeah, to go back to Bernardo, I'd say I hope it doesn't go permanently, and hopefully he'll go out on loan and come back a better player.
Yeah, that would be nice. And then because Feyenoord have now missed out on Buonanotte, it looks allegedly they're going for Osman, which could. I think that would be quite a good loan, because I don't know, I see him suiting that league quite well. And obviously I don't think it'll ever be a permanent, but I don't know how much action Osman will get in the league, to be honest. Obviously it's pre-season, so some players get a certain amount of minutes compared to others, and it doesn't always tell the full picture. But do you think we can afford to let Osman go out on loan to Feyenoord?
I think so. I feel like we mentioned earlier about the strength and depth we got in those wide areas. And I know he can play as a striker as well, which could actually. Do you know what? Maybe with Welbeck, obviously doesn't have the best injury track record. I know he's mostly fit last season, but he's got his moments. Obviously, Ferguson was out for a bit and wasn't playing very well. Then you've got João Pedro, who can sort of. I think he's better suited as maybe in the 10 rather than an out and out striker. So really, and Undav obviously is left now. We could use a striker to be honest with you. So I don't know, but I agree with you. I don't think he's going to get many minutes, and probably as Minter benefited last season going out to the Eredivisie, Osman could do the same. Yeah. So yeah, it's I'm half and half. Like I'm leaning towards going for a loan, but he might be useful. You never know.
Yeah, that's true. I think. In the grand scheme of things, maybe we could probably afford to let him go, to be honest. I mean, like, even Enciso could step up as a striker sometimes. So I think we do have enough depth there if Osman does go. Yeah, Ferguson, Welbeck, João Pedro and Enciso potentially covering that top. I think that really does a job, to be honest. But, mate, Deniz Undav leaving. If you told me when we signed him from USG as like a fun signing, because they were off, like, not feeder club, but we had the partnership with them, affiliation and whatnot. If you told me that we were going to get 30 mil plus add-ons for him, like 2 seasons later, I would have bitten a hand off for sure, but I would have laughed in your face and said, absolutely no chance. But somehow we've done it, mate. How have we squeezed that much money out of a player that barely made any appearances for us? Obviously, scored some vital goals, some brilliant goals as well, some memorable goals. The main one against Arsenal when he finished their chat up there.
Wolves as well.
Premier League run. Wolves was a great one, yeah. And I remember I saw an interview actually with him recently. He was saying about how it was Akanji and Calvin Phillips both on separate occasions came up to him being like, "Thank you for scoring that goal to him," which was class. But Maz, 30 mil plus add-ons for, I guess you could say, a fringe player if it's not too harsh. But Tony Bloom, masterclass once again, really, isn't it?
Yeah, no, 100%. Listen, let's be real. I think the whole narrative around him changed from like the last, 2 months or sort of 2-3 months of his time at Brighton. I feel like we really turned in terms of, he's actually a great player. He's got a bit about him and he can actually be a valuable asset to the squad. Again, I don't think he's ever going to be a starter. Obviously, like we mentioned with the likes of strikers we had in the team, I don't know if he was ever going to start week in, week out. And obviously that's what he wants. So I completely get it. But yeah, mate, he's a bagsman. Let's be real, mate. Last season he scored 18 goals in the Bundesliga on loan at Stuttgart. Then scored in the the Belgian Pro League. I think he scored 43.
Yeah, he had that mad
goals.
season, didn't he?
Yeah, 63 games, 43 goals. Like he scored goals wherever he's been. So fair play to the guy. He knows where the goal is, and he is a natural finisher. So I'll be honest. I think it's a great shame we're losing him because I think imagine having him as like your secondary or third striker. That's huge squad depth, but obviously and rightly so, he wasn't happy with that, and I completely get it. Like you wouldn't want to, if you are scoring those kind of amount of goals, you're not going to want to sit on the bench, are you? So I completely get why, and he's going to play Champions League football, so completely get it from his perspective. Obviously it was turning sour.
Would he have been a
well.
second striker? I still think he wouldn't have.
Do you think?
I don't think he, like you got João Pedro.
Do you mean as in like
probably because they got.
Sorry. I thought you meant as in. No, sorry. I thought you meant as in he would have started for us. But you were talking he would be like third choice for us. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, and it would also harm Evan Ferguson's development because we know he can turn into an unbelievable striker if we had Undav as well. And I think pretty sure Stuttgart sold Guirassy, didn't they? Did he go to Dortmund? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
he was their player that scored loads of goals. Yeah. So then obviously Undav's now coming in as their main number 9. They're going to be playing Champions League football next season. Deniz Undav wants to stay in Germany because he's obviously loved over there because he's broken into the German team as well. He'd done what he set out to do, but on that loan, he wanted to get minutes so he could get in the German team, and he did it. Fair play to him. I mean, I can't blame him for wanting to go there, to be honest, mate. He's playing in his home country. He's going to be playing Champions League football, man. And we've got a sweet deal out of it. So I think every party should be happy. Yeah, sure. Like you are right. It did turn a little bit sour because he was like, I don't want to join Brighton.
He was coming out in the media, wasn't he? Yeah.
I mean, it's worked out, luckily. Yeah, it's worked out well for him and worked out well for us. So good luck to you, Deniz, mate.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Thank you for the short memories, for sure. And obviously, yeah, like you said, our relationship as fans with Deniz didn't start off well. We thought he was woeful and a bit of a donkey, but as time went on and more opportunity, more minutes, he proved us wrong. And yeah, and I'm happy for him. So good luck. Yeah, good luck to you, Deniz. But another one that's leaving, 20 million apparently for Billy Gilmore. And plus Gross, which was that like 7 mil? So we're looking at like potentially like 57 mil coming from Deniz Undav, Gilmore and Gross, which is insane business once again from Tony Bloom. 20 mil for Billy Gilmore. I know we turned down 8 mil or 12 mil, wasn't it?
12, yeah.
Are you sad? I mean, I'm sad to see Billy go because I know he was such a great character around the team and he was a very good player for us and like a very good servant for like the short time he was here. But yeah, how do you feel about losing Billy?
Yeah, no, gutted. I think Billy Gilmore, I felt like he was developing at a really good rate, as in he was getting better with every game, I felt. Obviously, I remember he had that red card. Who was it against? I was actually at the game. I can't remember now. But remember, he got sent off, and that was a bit of a sticky time period. He got a straight red. He was out for 3 games. It was a league game. I can't remember who it was against. Was it? It wasn't Sheffield United.
I can't
It was
remember.
But yeah, it was last season. He got a red card, and I remember, everyone was a bit like, why has he done that? But he had those little moments where I think a little bit of petulance. But aside from that, he was great. I felt like he was, like I said, I felt like he was developing at a great rate. I even noticed when he was on at the Euros with Scotland, obviously they got battered first game against Germany, and then when they brought him into the team in second game where they drew, he actually looked. He basically made the midfield look way better. Like his presence there made them look so much better. And I feel like with us as well, like he gave us that stability. He was a very technically gifted player, and yeah, I thought he was brilliant. And it's a shame to see him go, but for 20 million, again, can't complain. Do you know what I mean? We got him pretty cheap from Chelsea, so to make quite a decent profit on him and get a few years out of him, I think it's good business. And as long as we replace him and get a player, players in that midfield spot, because again, if we looking light like last season, let's be real, midfield was our biggest kryptonite. It let us down in so many games, so we don't want that to happen again. And if we're light on bodies, if we get an injury, if Baleba gets injured, Weaver gets injured, you're looking pretty thin. With Ayari potentially being the only sort of real replacement, and maybe Moran. But again, I imagine Moran probably going to go out on loan. Ayari probably will go out on loan.
Maybe loan for him.
So yeah, it's a shame to see him go. And also finally, I think in terms of a personality fit as well, I know that all the boys loved him. Like I know Dunkey really got on with him. Yeah. I know in the change room,
Webster
that could be a big loss,
Yeah.
you know. Even though Hinchwood, I know Hinchwood's good mates with him as well. So yeah, he could be a big loss in terms of from a cultural point of view as well. So yeah, fingers crossed it won't be a massive loss to us, and also good luck to him because he's been great, I think.
Yeah, I mean, even like losing Gross in that changing room was massive. And Jason still seemed really, really upset that he was going. Like, I didn't know them two were best mates, but turns out they were. And like Pascal Gross being missing in the dressing room now, and then like you said, Billy Gilmore, what character he was. I feel like every club needs a good like banter with like a Scotsman. Every team needs that. Someone just to keep everyone in check. I know Liverpool have their Robertson.
You can tell it's Robert Joker as well.
Yeah, which every team loves, every team needs as well. So yeah, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, there's a new era in it. You're gonna have to have new people stepping up, Duncan leading the way. And I know Webster's still pretty integral. I'm pretty sure Jason still probably is still pretty integral in that dressing room. So hopefully they can carry the team, and we'll find some more leaders. I'm sure we will, even though it's such a young team.
Matt Hummels could be that guy.
Wow, yeah, unbelievable, Maz. When I saw that, I was thinking, is this career mode? Am I reading a tweet from FIFA career mode right now?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to.
And then he said a phone call.
I'm gonna have to drop you in it here though, Ben. At work, you did say you think Dunkey and Van Hecker would start above Matt Hummels, which I think is outrageous. The geezer played Champions League football last season, and he kept a clean sheet. I think 4 out of 5 times, and he captained Dortmund to a final in the Champions League final. And you're telling me Dunk and Van Hecker are better?
What? So go on, then who are you dropping, mate?
I know, like we discussed, we play 3 at the back.
Well, we might play 3 at the back. But no, there might be times when we change it to that.
In terms of, if let's say there's just 2 spots, right? And it's Van Hecker, Dunk, and Hummels. You are picking Hummels every day of the week. But then it's like, who do you then sacrifice? Because I love Van Hecker and Dunk. So, yeah, that would be a real problem.
Maybe, let's be real. Dunk's getting on a bit. There could be games where he is on the bench because of managing minutes and things like that. So it could be looking at that as well. But to be honest, mate, like he's our captain. You can't have Dunk on the bench.
That's what I mean. But then Van Hecker arguably was better than Dunkey last season. Well, he was, in my opinion.
Yeah, one of the best centre-backs in the league last season.
So there you go. So it's like, if there is 2 spots, who gets them?
Hummels is on the bench, mate. That's all I can say, unfortunately.
No, mate. What are you talking about? Right, let us know. Let us know what you think, please, because that is that is mental. Ben thinks we got to keep this
mental.
Up. We got.
That's where we are.
Right. Okay. All right. Let the audience decide on that because that is mental. Matt Hummels.
So, but can you imagine the outrage imagine the outrage, Maz, if JP Van Heck is dropped
over Matt Hummels?
He's our mate. JP's our future captain. I know that's funny because Ryan said Billy Gilmore's future captain. Now he's gone, but I think Van Heck is our future. Yeah, literally. Yeah, they've both gone, unfortunately. But yeah, I think JP could be future vice captain. At least maybe as Pascal's gone, there's the vice captaincy waiting. Hopefully Van Heck can be the guy. Yeah. He seems like he's quite an integral part of the changing as well. I know we're talking about, but yeah, mate, Matt Hummels. Also, the fact that Fabian Herz has spoken to him on the phone, Maz.
Yeah. Sorry, cool. just final thing. I just had to pull up his stats because this is mental. The guy has won, right, the Bundesliga 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 times. The DFBL Pokal 3 times. He's come up runner up in the Champions League twice. Yeah, and he's won the World Cup with Germany. And you're telling me Lewis Dunk and Van Hecker are keeping him outside that team?
Maz, you could say that about. Oh, I'm trying.
Who?
You could say that about Eric Cantona. You could be like, you could list everything he's won, but he's very old.
What? Right, he's done. Whoa, calm down. Oh, I'll
yeah, exactly, Rufio. What shocking shout.
Oh, wait, 2 seconds.
Okay. All right, I was really bad timing because I'm just about to plug my laptop charger in as well, but I'll carry on whilst we're here, whilst Maz is sorting out the dog. Yeah, I mean, you can say it about everyone. I'm talking to myself here now. Like, yes, Hummels is an unbelievable player, but what is he, 38? How old is Hummels? Matt Hummels. So what pure chaos? Matt Hummels. Oh, he's 35. Okay. All right, he's 35 years old. But
I love that you.
I mean, is there anyone out there that I'm having to? Yeah, because I don't want to cut this. But I was just like, Matt Hummels is 35 years old. Maz, I know you're listing off everything he's done, but you could do that about so many older players. You say Adam Lallana won the Champions League. Should he start for us? No, he's injured for Southampton already.
Yeah, but Adam Lallana is massively injury prone. Matt Hummels wasn't, and also Lallana was literally coming towards the end of his career. Which I'm not saying Hummels is like in the peak of his career, but the guy still played a Champions League final last season, not 3-4 years ago like Lallana did. Like Lallana was not even starting for his club. Hummels is starting every time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's a tough one, mate. It's another headache for Hurstler. I mean, Hurstler's 31 years old. He's got enough brain power to fix that headache, I'm sure. But yeah, let us know in the comments for sure, because yeah, Matt Hummels, Doug or JP. I mean, if we play a 3-back, then the headache's over, isn't it, right? And which yes. I think we might be. So
right, I'm back. I'm fully back. Sorry, it's been chaos for the last 3 minutes. But yeah, okay. Anyway, let us know.
Last 30 minutes.
Let us know what you think anyway, because me and Ben obviously can't agree on that. But yeah, there you go.
No, we're not agreeing on that, because I can't pick between those two. That's so difficult, or those three. Yeah, and I was just saying, Maz, I don't know if you heard me. I was saying he's 31 years old, our manager. He's got enough brain power to manage that headache, I'm sure.
Yeah,
hopefully 100%. Anyway, and he makes the right decision and drops Matt Hummels.
He's still not stressed out from the life of managerial football at the top level, so should be good.
But mate, he's had a phone call with him, and he's obviously trying to sell the project. I mean, if you're Matt Hummels, because I know West Ham are copying every single transfer we do now, but like Chelsea do. But if they're interested in Matt Hummels. If you're Matt Hummels, why are you picking West Ham over Brighton?
Oh, I don't know. They've made some. Let's be honest. They've made some really good signings. Fulkrug.
Yeah, Somerville, one of our target.
Yeah, Fulkrug. Then they've signed that centre midfielder from Betis on a free transfer. And they've got Bowen, Kudus, Paqueta, Alvarez.
Well, not for long, Paqueta.
Yeah, Paqueta maybe not. But anyway, the fact remains they have got a very good squad. They've got a new manager now, Lopetegui. Look, I'm not going to say that we are a more attractive proposition. I think we're a different proposition to West Ham. I think it's a very different project to what we're doing to what West Ham are doing. I feel like they've probably got more established players and a bit more experience on their side, and we're a bit more younger and a bit more hungrier. But to answer your question, who would I pick? West Ham or Brighton? Obviously, I'm biased, so I would say Brighton. But if I wasn't biased and I was just a player, I suppose the appeal of living in London obviously is quite big. West Ham are a big club. They've got more history. They're a bigger historical club than us. I don't know. You probably will pick West Ham. Let's be real. You would.
Really? I think I'm looking at Matt Hummels. I see him as a future manager. I think he probably sees a pathway into coaching with us. Whereas West Ham, mate, they would just be like, "Oh, you've given us a season or two. Let's ship you out to Saudi, try and get some money from you." Whereas we would be like, "We'll keep you until you're old and frail, but as long as you want to be a coach for us, that's fine. You can do that here." Yeah. And I feel like he probably wants. I feel like that German link with Hurstler coming in as a big leader with a young squad.
Yeah, the German link is definitely a big thing. I think him and Hurstler could link up, whereas West Ham don't really have that. Apart from Fulkrug now, they don't really have anything.
Who doesn't have any teeth by the sounds of it or looks of it. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I think hopefully Pascal Gross has done us a favour and maybe had a word with Hummels as well, seeing as they were German.
Oh, yeah,
they weren't Germany teammates, because I don't think Hummels was picked actually. Hummels wasn't picked, was he?
I don't know if he was in the squad.
Was he left out of the German squad?
Yeah, I think
Germany squad. I don't think he was in it.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Oh no, yeah, he was left out. Yeah. So maybe they haven't had the conversation, but who knows? Potentially. Yeah, Hummels, unbelievable. If we can get him, that is a huge coup, a huge coup on a free. Give him loads of wages. Give Dunkey more of a wage if that's the case because of his clause, and everyone's happy. So yeah, that'd be sick. On to the big one, mate. This could be potentially our record signing, I think. Matt O'Reilly, and shockingly, Chelsea are now interested in him because we're interested in him. I've seen him on Football Manager, and that's enough. That sold me. I'm in. I'm keen.
Mate,
he looks like a proper player. Scored against Chelsea as well in pre-season, which isn't hard because they've lost 4 of their 5 games in pre-season, which is hilarious with 44 players to choose from, ruining careers like Fofana and who's a striker? Broja as well, which is, we were going to talk about Fofana. We will go back to Matt O'Reilly, but Fofana could have picked Brighton, picked Chelsea, understandably for money, but look where your career's at now, mate. You went on loan to Burnley, and now they want to get rid of you. I mean, I think everyone's been tweeting it. If you're a young player, look at the state of what they're doing to some players. These young players, they ship them out. They just get rid of Conor Gallagher. 0 loyalty at that club. I despise that football team. But we're not here to talk about Chelsea.
Fuck Chelsea.
Destroyers.
That's my input.
Fuck Chelsea. Cheers. But yeah, mate, Matt O'Reilly. I can't lie, I haven't seen too much of him, but other than when I'm watching, like you said, the Old Firm derby every 8 times a season. And I've just heard some great things about him. I've seen some good things online as well. And he seems like a really, really good Pascal Gross replacement. He's not like a young player. I'm pretty sure, what is he, like 25? Even with the name of Matt O'Reilly, you think he's English. He's not. I'm pretty sure he's Danish.
Yeah.
23. Bloody hell. Oh, shit. Really? Maybe I'm just used to seeing him old on Football Manager, which is why that screwed my head. But yeah, mate, Maz, what are your thoughts on Matt O'Reilly?
No, I'm very excited. I've actually seen him play a few times in the Old Firm, and he looks like a really good player. And his stats, I think, off memory, last season, I think it was 13 goals, 18 assists, which is mental. I'll double check what it actually is. 18 goals, 13 assists. I think it's the other way around. But yeah, for a midfielder to be putting those numbers in, even if you want to use the whole Scottish league argument, in any league, I think to get those kind of numbers, obviously in the top leagues, that's still pretty impressive. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think he'll be a great replacement. It's only 25 million, I believe, with add-ons, which I think João Pedro spent 30.
I remember seeing stuff like, wow, okay, maybe not.
I'm not 100%
That'll be
sure.
Incredible. And like we said earlier, if we can throw Buonanotte in that deal, I mean, I'm sure that will sweeten it as well. Even though Matt O'Reilly's a centre midfielder, but quite an attacking one, I'm pretty sure. So they're not exactly like for like signings, but I mean, Celtic would be silly to turn down having Facundo Buonanotte on loan because he is a superstar in the making. But yeah, I'll be really, really happy. So if we get Hummels, Matt O'Reilly, and then Ferdi Kagioğlu, if West Ham, who, Maz, before we went on air, you said West Ham apparently made an official bid. Shock. They genuinely are just copying us. So Chelsea, it's so frustrating. We gave them kudos, man. Just leave us alone. Yeah. Leave us alone. I hate it here. But mate, Kagioğlu, you seem to really, really like him. I know you're very, very keen on getting this new right back, but do you reckon he will fix all the problems? Despite I saw the fee seems very, very high for a right back. Yeah,
the monetary value is quite high. That's my only sort of concern with him. You know, it's a lot of money attached to a player, which has he actually proven much? I know again, we're going back to sort of the Turkish league and, you know, do they produce the kind of players that will be able to easily come to the Premier League and hit the ground running? That's my only sort of concern. I know he had a really good Euros and that's where the interest came from. But, I believe he can play left back as well, which is huge, or left wing, you know. Obviously, we've got Barco and Estepinian down that left, which is fine. But just to have that extra cover is good. And I believe he can play DM as well. Or could you be making that up? I'm pretty sure he can play in that DM position as well. So, yeah, again, versatility, brings up versatility. And like I said earlier, my main concern is Lamptey and Veltman not being able to play, you know, week in, week out. And also, you know, they're not, if you want to play with a right wing back, for example, aside from Lamptey, again, unless he's fit, you're not going to get that attacking option. I believe that Ferdi Kagioğlu will give us that. He'll give us that up and down running, and you know he'll be able to attack whilst also defend as well. So yeah, I think he'll be a great addition, and I think that right wing back / right back position, depending on what kind of system Herzog is going to play, which looks like a right wing back, I think it's a really important position.
Yeah, I mean we've been crying out for a proper right wing back or an attacking right back for a long time. Obviously, Lamptey, when he burst onto the scene at Brighton, he was incredible. Or was it Leicester away when I just remember being like, oh my god, we got an absolute talent here, incredible.
Newcastle. That's what I remember.
No, Newcastle. No, but I remember I'm pretty sure his first game was against Leicester away. Oh, right. I might be wrong. Yeah. And yeah, it's phenomenal. And we've been kind of lacking that really. I mean, Veltman's been incredible, but he's very much more of like a defensive centre back. So to have the balance of a fit Pervis Estupiñán on the left, a fit Kadioglu on the right, both running up and down the wings. You've got Mitoma on the left, Minto on the right. We are cooking, mate. We are so fucking back.
Barco as well on the left.
The excitement I have compared to what I did in the previous pod where I was kind of negative, I'm sold, mate. We've beaten 2 Japanese teams. We've beaten QPR by a penalty from Danny Welbeck, and we're going to win the Premier League. If anyone disagrees, give your head a wobble.
Yeah, lump on, boys. We don't condone gambling, but if you want to go put your mortgage on it, Brighton are winning the Premier League. So.
Exactly. I don't know if you saw. I think 365 or Betfair, they paid out everyone that had bet on Celtic to win the SPL. They should do the same. They should do the same for Brighton. We are winning it for sure. Close the market.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Yeah, well, yeah. What are your thoughts then? Now, we've spoken about all these players. Are you confident? Where are we going to finish in the Premier League at this rate? Ooh. If we do get Hummels, if we do get Kadioglu, if we do get Matt O'Reilly, what are we thinking?
7th. I think I'm going to go 7th. Is 7th? That's Conference League, right? Is that Conference League?
We can get Conference League there, yeah.
Yeah, 7th. Yeah, I'm going to go 7th. I feel like, do you know what it is? I think it's going to be one of those seasons where we'll have a slow start, maybe potentially a slow start, and then as the season goes on, I feel like we're going to grow into it. I feel like the players are going to gel more. Herzler's going to show his true tactical style. Can't even speak. Tactical style, and then I feel like we're gonna get 7th place, and I feel like it's going to be a bit of a slow burner. But when they start gelling, we're going to play some liquid football, and I cannot wait. But that is heavily reliant on getting these couple more players across the line, like O'Reilly and Kadioglu, or someone similar at that right back position. Yeah, I think we need at least 2 or 3 more additions, especially with Gilmore leaving and Undav obviously out the door, Gross leaving. I feel like we definitely need to bulk up that midfield at least by 1 or 2 more players.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really weird looking at that Everton game as first game of the season because it either goes really, really well or we get battered like 2-0 or it goes horribly wrong. I can't see it in between for some reason. It's either going to be the first Graham Potter game against Watford when we battered them 3-0 away, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. Or something bad happens and Deitch just does a masterclass against some 31-year-old toddler and everyone's going to go, he's too young to be in the Prem, Brighton are getting relegated. Yeah, that would be a horrendous start to the Prem. And then what? We've got Man United after that and I think we've got another game and then Arsenal. So it's a really, really tough start to the season, but we've historically in recent years kind of doesn't work. Well, yeah, it could be slow, but we've always been good against the bigger teams. So hopefully Fabian Herzler can then continue that.
Mr. Man United, Pascal Gross is no longer, so we're going to have to find someone else to step up and score against Man United, to be honest.
True. We got ample in attack. Danny Welbeck, hopefully. Maz, you had a stat for us that I wanted to hear, apparently, about net spend.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so shout out the goal post. That's very good, by the way. The goal post. That's very good. Despite a net spend of minus 83 million this summer, Brighton Hove Albion are still plus 79 million during the current FFP cycle. That's with Undav's 30 million, potential 20 million Gilmore. Brighton will be up 129 million euros over the last 3 years. So the pot is very healthy. There you go.
Cool. We are looking good, mate. We are looking good. Unlike Chelsea, who are a disaster.
Yeah, scumbags. Get them out,
mate. Honestly,
relegate them.
I saw BHAFC's tweet. He was like genuinely not even wrestling, but like, if you are a Chelsea fan, you can't pretend that it's looking good, bruv. It's really not. It's really not.
They need to get rid of like at least 10 to 15 players because it is outrageous having a squad that big. Like it's greedy.
They've got 44 players.
It's so
apparently.
Greedy.
It's greedy.
It's so
being greedy.
Yeah.
And now they're getting some random striker as part of the. Well, they got Sol Gallagher, and they're getting this guy. I think was he got Deportivo Alves? Maybe he was on loan there from Atletico. Some big striker.
Oh, the striker, yeah.
But the clips I've seen of him, he looks horrendous. So hopefully he will continue being horrendous.
Yeah, hopefully he signs.
He's just, I don't know. Yeah, I was going to say who are their scouts, but they've got our scouts, but they're obviously smoking something weird up in Chelsea.
It's the system, mate. It's the Star Lizard. Weird. Star Lizard. They don't have Star Lizard. They're all frauds,
They don't have Star Lizard, exactly. They just have They just have our reject scout team. So
Exactly.
yeah, fuck
They're
Chelsea.
just frauds.
Man. Fuck all of them.
Frauds.
I'm trying to figure out if I hate Chelsea more than Palace at this point, but I mean you can't really say that.
I actually think
it's
I do.
very close.
It's close. Yeah.
It's very fucking close. Yeah.
It's making me
And then yeah, shout out and Ciso in the Olympics with our future signing Gomez.
Yeah, that's the one.
Gomez.
Yeah, he assisted him as well.
Yeah, who scored?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
They're linking
That'll
up
be
already.
great. So yeah, then we've got him coming in Jan, mate. We got another midfielder coming in Jan already. So, and he looks like a baller as well, which is fantastic news.
Yeah. Can he
And then I can't remember if I said it. Last bullet point. Carl Rushworth linked with Swansea, Blackburn, and Sheffield United on loan.
Yeah.
So we're stuck with Jason Steele and Bart Verbruggen. I say stuck, that's quite rude, but yeah, we've got Jason Steele for another season at least.
As I said in the beginning of the pod, it was a real shame that we didn't see Rushworth in pre-season. I really would have loved to have seen him play. That would have been great, just to see where he's at in his development. But there's still one more game to go. Hopefully, I think he might be back to close to fitness, match fitness. But yeah, I think it's a great shame because I've heard really good things about him. But, you know, another loan out and then potentially come back when Steele leaves next season and fight for number 2. Or number 1 even.
But realistically, is Carl Rushworth going to stick and be a Brighton number 2 when he's got that young talent? He's really young, he's very talented. I can't. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Will he be willing to battle for? Will he be willing? He's too young for a number 2 though.
But you could say that about a lot of the young players.
Like Jason Steele. No, Jason Steele screams second choice keeper. There are keepers that they scream like Tom Heaton is a number like it's your classic third choice goalkeeper. Lee Grant. I'm just listing old goalkeepers now. Who else you got? Fraser Forster.
Ortega.
People like that. I know Fraser. Ortega, yeah. Although I think he's going to be starting if Edison goes, but yeah. I don't know. I'm worried about Carl Rushworth because I really, really like him, but maybe his future will be elsewhere if he does do this loan. Yeah. Maybe he might get fed up and think, right, time for me to go and become first team in the Prem.
It'll motivate him and be like, do you know what? I'm going to knock Verbruggen off his spot. I'm going to go back there and get that number 1 shirt.
Yeah, Verbruggen had a great Euros, Maz. He could have a really, really good season for us, and then he goes ruin his career at Chelsea afterwards. So
exactly.
Like
So we might need Rushworth. We might need him because but generally, all joking aside, Verbruggen could, like you said, could have an absolute worldy season and be like all the big clubs come in for him and he goes, which probably he will at some point if he is meant to hit those higher echelons of his potential. Then why not? Why cannot Rushworth be like, well, this is my opportunity. I'm going to come in and be Brighton number 1. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We will see. 25-minute episode turned out to be 47 minutes.
We said before we started filming, let's make it a nice 20-minute one, just a quick, easy. But Ben just kept rambling on.
Rattle through the bullet points. Yeah. Imagine if we had Jack Albion on this podcast. Good God.
Hour and a half too.
It'll be Christmas.
We'll be talking about the January transfer
window
instead.
Yeah, we actually would be. Hörsler's already left. He's been sacked already.
He's won
Graham
the league already.
Potter's come back in as interim.
He's won the league already.
Yeah. That's more positive. Yeah, thank you. All right then. Comments below. Yeah, who are you starting? Hummels? Hummels or Dunk or Van Heck? Who's your 2? Or again, we could be wrong. It could be a 3 as well. So maybe it's going to be a rotational thing. Belaber at left back. Maybe he's going to play centre back. Who fucking knows at this point with Brighton Hove Albion? But I'm very excited now. I'm glad that we've.
So's Rufio.
I'm glad it's now positive because at first, good. Cheers, Rufio. Because it was a bit doom and gloom, but now I'm very happy and I'm excited. And we're going to win the league. So let us know in the comments below. Will we win the league? Yes or no? And who will you start? Hummels, JP, or Dunk? And Maz, thank you very much. We will see you hopefully with one of our new. What we're going to call, just one of our co-hosts, aren't they? Really now?
New co-hosts,
Yeah, so they're going to be hopefully on rotation, depending because they're both very busy people. I mean, Jack goes to 8 football matches a week, even though there's 7 days in a week. Somehow he does it. And Adam is a very busy man in the media industry, so they're very, very good signings for the podcast. You all love them, we love them, and they'll bring a lot to this pod, as you guys know already from the 4 seasons we've already done. Heading into season 5 with a new Seagulls Social, and we will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.
Peace.